evening. My name is Reynaldo, and today we're going to be working with multiple regression models and matrices with logarithmic values. We're going to be using the same functions as we did last time, which is transpose and MULT and inverse, which are going to be in the description below. And at the same time, we're going to be adding a new one, which is going to be called LN, which is natural logarithm. So we're going to start by doing just that, remembering that Q is a dependent value and X is independent, and the same as INC, an independent value. We are going to first look for the logarithmic value for X, X2, and INC. Now we know that X, X2, and INC altogether are a 25 by 3 matrix. So we're going to shadow a 3 by 25 matrix, a 25 by 3, I'm sorry. We are going to write equal LN. We're going to open it up. We're going to then shadow X, X2, and INC. We're going to close it. We're going to press Shift, Control, and Enter, and we should have the logarithmic value for the first matrix. The only thing that's missing is the row of ones, as we did in the last video, in order to replace Q. Now that we have the value for X, we are going to look for its transpose. Now that we know that X is a 25 by 4, we know that the transpose is going to be a 4 by 25. We're going to write equal transpose. We're going to open it up. We are going to shadow the matrix. We're going to close it. We're going to press Shift, Control, and Enter, and we should have the transpose for the matrix, which is X transpose. Now that we have X transpose, all we have to do is multiply it by X, which is a 4 by 25 by a 25 by 4, which would give us a 4 by 4 matrix. So we're going to shadow 4 by 4. We're going to write MMULT. We're going to open it up. We're going to shadow the last matrix we had made. We're going to press comma, which is a sign for multiplication. We are going to shadow X as well. We're going to close it. Then we're going to press Shift, Control, and Enter, and we're going to have X transpose by X. Now we have X transpose by X. All we have to do is get its inverse. So we are going to find X by X transpose inverse, which is going to be a 4 by 4 matrix as well. So we're going to shadow it. We're going to write inverse on the functions table. We're going to then shadow X transpose by X. We're going to close it, press Shift, Control, and Enter, and have its inverse. Now that we have X transpose by X and its inverse, we are officially halfway there once again. We are going to now multiply X, the inverse, by X transpose. That is going to give us a 4 by 25 model again. We're going to press the equal sign. We're going to write MULT, and we're going to shadow the last thing that we have done, the last matrix, and we're then going to shadow X transpose. So we're going to shadow both of them. We're going to close it up. We're going to press Shift, Control, and Enter, and we should have a 4 by 25 matrix, which is X transpose by X, its inverse, then by X transpose once again. We're going to write this here. Now all we need to do is multiply this by the logarithmic of Q. So we're going to now get Y's logarithm, which I have right here, which is the same process as we did before. We're just going to multiply it once again. So we're gonna have a 4 by 25 by a 25 by 1, which is gonna give us a 4 by 1 matrix. So we're gonna shadow 4 by 1. We're going to write equal and MULT. We're going to open it up. We're going to shadow the last matrix that we made. We're going to press comma once again, which is a show of multiplication, and then we're gonna shadow the logarithmic value of q or y, which is the same in this case. We're going to pose it. We're going to press Shift, Control, and Enter, and the value should be there. This is the value for q, x, x2, and inc. Now that we have this, we can find the elasticity for these variables, which is what we came looking for, and at the same time you learned a new skill, which is how to use natural logarithms inside of Excel. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Good luck.